Do you want to know the mysterious story behind the West apartment? Let's take you through time to explore its history. Even the ancient carvings of the door seem to be whispering. It's giving me the creeps. Xiao was shown to a room, and the manager nervously warned her, "Whatever you do, don't go to the 6th floor." Xiao looked puzzled but agreed anyway. Looking in the mirror, she secretly hoped the interview would go smoothly. However, that night she was awakened by strange music, gripping her camera, ready to investigate. She crept closer to the vent, trying to catch the source of the sound. Meanwhile, Ozai caught the scene and cranked up the volume. A piercing sound suddenly made her scalp tingle, and the recording cut off, only to reopen the next day. Xiao wanted to interview residents, but was repeatedly turned away until she met Xiaoji, who had quite the entrepreneurial spirit. Xiaoji claimed she was the go-to errand girl for the apartment, and for the right price, she would do anything. Truly a handy sidekick. Xiao spent pocket money and asked Xiaoji for introductions. Soon, musician Julie became her first interviewee. Julie plays a snippet of her new song, and Xiao felt like she'd heard the melody before, but Julie purposely dodged the question. As Julie was in the middle of taking a call, Xiao abruptly felt unwell and even ended up lying prone on the floor. The footage from the first volume of the tape came to an immediate and unexpected halt. Ozai found nothing useful, so he hurriedly repaired the second tape. As playback resumed, Xiao had returned to Xiaoji's room. At this point, Xiao was back to normal and casually interviewed Xiaoji, who clearly had some secret stories to share. However, just as Xiaoji was preparing to speak, she appeared to catch sight of something extremely horrifying, her face instantly contorting in terror as her body instinctively retreated abruptly, and then, to her utter shock, a hideously terrifying face loomed into view. Ozai, terrified, rushed out. Searching for a signal, he called his best buddy, doubting if it was a Xiao. She shared some details over the phone and then fell into a sort of mumbling, as if she was calling out to something, determined to verify the situation once more. After hanging up, Ozai tied a rope to a tree and suddenly noticed a figure in red staring at him from afar. He recalled how he used to come home with his dog, only to see his house in flames, tragically losing his father in the fire. To uncover the truth, Ozai decided to fix the tape again. However, the terrifying visuals did not surface with the latest repair. The previous scene might truly have been an illusion. In the footage, Xiaoji seemed perfectly normal. Xiaoji stated she had completely forgotten the events that just unfolded. It was as if they had magically reset. Xiao hurriedly inquired about the Semo Xiaoji mentioned. Xiaoji retorted by asking if she believed in another reality. Xiao was clearly skeptical. Xiaoji hesitated for a moment, seemingly wanting to reveal something. Unexpectedly, the tape cut off, visual shifted. Xiao anxiously asked the manager about Xiaoji. More people began appearing on screen, urging Xiao to follow them, but it was obvious she wasn't keen on that idea. Xiao shouted for them to back off, her pleas echoing through the recording, leaving Ozai utterly bewildered. Suddenly, Ozai spotted his long-dead father appearing in the footage, seemingly comforting Xiao. Gazing at the image of his late father, Ox's heart was wrenched with sorrow and he burst into tears, utterly overwhelmed by a flood of questions and inner turmoil. Once he calmed down, Ozai contacted a few friends, hoping to inquire with his aunt about his father's history with the apartment. Afterward, she returned to her room to continue repairing the tape, once again traveling back to 1994. This time, Xiao, thanks to Xiaoji's introduction, visited a resident named Cress. While interviewing Cress, her father happened to be there as well. What a coincidence! Opening Chapter 2 Secret, Xiao finally revealed her true purpose for coming here. She told Cress she wasn't just here to investigate the apartment's history, but to search for her mother. It turns out her mom's last residence was right here. Her mother seemed to have also been here and erased all traces. Cress informed Xiao that a woman had never left this apartment, yet nobody had ever seen her. Her mailbox was completely stuffed with messages. Could there really be some connection to Xiao's mother? Cress opened the final tarot card, which ominously represented death. She reassured Xiao it might mean something else. Xiao bid farewell to Cress and prepared to check the stuffed mailbox, only to unexpectedly meet a man named Samir. Turns out he was indeed connected to Xiao's mother. Their fates seemed intertwined. After a brief conversation, Samir invited Xiao to a concert that evening. Admiring his handsome face, Xiao found herself nodding in agreement it was truly an accident. Shortly after, Xiao received a message from Ox's father, Turner. The message stated that Turner was a doctor and wanted to meet with Xiao. When Ozai heard his father's voice message, he hurried out to call his buddy, but the signal line he marked had vanished. He unexpectedly found a signal on the rooftop. Xiao's patient record's a real mystery.